Good day to each and everyone. I am Phoebe May Juanico, TCM faculty and one of the coordinator of this course, TCM 131 In-Campus Immersion. I would like to welcome you guys as we journey through this course despite the pandemic. So I wish everyone well and may God bless us all.
Hello everyone, I would like to welcome you to this video which will basically orient you with TCM 131 or the In-Campus Immersion. Our In-Campus Immersion for this school year is a different one because as we all know, we have been affected greatly by the pandemic or the COVID-19. So there are just three things that I would like to share with you as a start for this orientation. One is that I hope that you are all safe amidst the great amount of uncertainty that this pandemic has brought to us. I hope that you guys are doing well and that you are safe and in good condition. And that second is that, we don't have to dwell in the past, but then we have to move on. So the second semester is over, even we have extended it. And I hope that for those of you who haven't completed it yet, I hope that you have still the energy and the motivation to complete all the requirements that you are supposed to submit. And speaking of moving on, now we are into our mid-year in 2020, and that is when you will have to take your TCM 131 or the in-campus immersion. And I hope that you are anticipating for it. And when I say anticipate, I hope that you guys are preparing yourself for a 2-week immersion, quote unquote, but then it will be just done in the confines of your home. So I hope that you guys are ready to watch this video as there will be more information about what TCM 131 or the in-campus immersion is all about. So I guess that's all about it from my end. And so thank you, and I hope to see you soon.
Hello mga ka-hotdog! This is your TCM 131 In-Campus Immersion. What are the things that you have to do? Your coordinator will assign you to different offices inside the university. But because of the pandemic, only limited offices will cater all of us. So, what are we going to do? We will deploy you per batch. Okay? Next, you will have to give a letter of acceptance and agreement, and at the same time, a confidentiality agreement to the office that you will be assigned and to your supervisor. After that, you will be given a task by your supervisor, and you have to do it according to their expectations. After which, when you are done, we will give your supervisor an evaluation of performance, and then your coordinator will also give you an evaluation of performance. And other than that, you will have to do all the requirements that you are required for this TCM 131. The In-Campus Immersion is a 2-unit course that gives you the opportunity to apply major lessons and principles that you have learned from your major courses, namely TCM 124, the Introduction to TCM, and TCM 125, Principles of Management. This course is offered in support of the vision of the university to bring the world of work in the classroom, as students will be assigned in select offices inside the university. The In-Campus Immersion is a prerequisite to TCM 421, which is the internship. The first course outcome, the student will be able to recall major lessons and principles learned from prerequisite courses of the In-Campus Immersion, namely TCM 124 and TCM 125. Your intended learning outcome: list concisely major lessons or principles learned from Intro to TCM and Principles of Management. Explain briefly how to write a summary.
So since Ma'am Doreen already discussed to you the first course outcome of this course, which is TCM 131 in-campus immersion, let me continue with the three remaining course outcomes. So for the second course outcome, the students will be able to illustrate desirable attitude and etiquette in the course of the immersion. So at the end of the topic, the intended learning outcome is that the students will be able to discuss the importance of a desirable attitude and etiquette of the immersionist. So for the third course outcome, the students will be able to describe the specific steps taken in creating or doing their task. So at the end of the topic, the students will be able to explain briefly what is process documentation, discuss concisely the task given to them, and list specific steps that they have taken. For the fourth course outcome, the students will be able to assess first the application of major lessons on principles learned from the prerequisite courses, and second, the needed skills of TCM students to better prepare them for the modern world of work. So at the end of the topic, the students will be able to explain briefly the importance of an immersion reflection paper, show how the major lessons or principles of the previous TCM major courses were applied to the immersion, and last, recommend how the TCM program can better prepare students for the modern world of work.
Hello, this is Sir John once again, and at this point, I would like to orient you guys with the requirements for TCM 131 in-campus immersion. So basically, there are three course requirements for TCM 131 in-campus immersion. The first requirement would be an academic writing, specifically a summary. So you will just have to think about like what are the major lessons or principles that you have learned from the prerequisites of TCM 131, and the prerequisites are introduction to TCM and the principles of management. So think about those major learnings that you had in these prerequisites, and you summarize that and you put that in an academic writing. And the second requirement for TCM 131 in-campus immersion is a reflection paper. So a reflection paper basically will start with like a description of the assigned office, or like the office where you were put in or assigned in, and then you also have to think about like the process that you have undergone in making the task that you will be doing, and then the last part of the structure of the of the reflection paper is like your thoughts about the relevance of TCM in the modern workplace. So don't worry, because we will be providing you with the structure or like the how to write the reflection paper. And the third requirement would be your online participation. So what this requires you is that you just have to check from time to time on your Facebook page in each of our sections, like what are the activities that we should be done online. So one of the important activities that you will have to participate in online is a forum. So the forum, you will just have to like exchange ideas or interact with your classmates based on a question that will be posted. So just to preempt, one of the forums that you will be asked to participate in is on the question, what is the importance of a desirable attitude for an immersionist like you? So that's a question, and then you just have to share your thoughts online and then interact or react or comment or opine to your classmates' comments so that, you know, it will be like a marketplace of ideas. So again, there are three course requirements for TCM 131 in campus immersion. One is an academic writing in a form of a summary. Two, you also have to submit a reflection paper. And then three, you have to participate online. So all of the details about these requirements will be posted in our Facebook page. So again, just keep yourself abreast or updated with the details and the nitty-gritty of these requirements. At this point, I would like to orient you with like how you will be graded for TCM 131 in campus immersion. So as you know, there are two terms in every course. One, you have the midterm, and you have the final term. For your computed final grade, 50% will be coming from your midterm, and then another 50% will be coming from your final term. So what are the components for each of this term? For the midterm, you have your academic writing, specifically your summary writing. That's 20% of your midterm grade, and the 40% will be coming from your online participation, and another 40% will be coming from your weekly journal. Now, for the final term, these are the following components. One, you have your reflection paper. That's 40% of your final term grade, and another 20% will be coming from your supervisor's evaluation of you, and another 20% will be coming from your coordinator's evaluation of you, and then 10% will be coming from your online participation, and another 10% will be coming from your weekly journal. So all in all, each of the terms will have 100%. And then again, your computed final grade will be composed of 50% from your midterm and another 50% from your final term grade.
So since you are enrolled in this course, TCM 131, which is in-campus immersion, we have prepared study schedules for the entire duration of the course. So for week 1 and 2, I will discuss what's going to happen. So for the first week, there will be orientation and recap of the course, which is in-campus immersion, and discussion about the proper behavior of an immersionist. Topics about systems thinking, digital media and convergence, Henry Fayol's principles of management, academic writing, desirable attitudes of an immersionist, and etiquette for the digital workplace will be tackled during the first week of this course. So for week 2 of the TCM in-campus immersion, it is where we document the entire process of the in-campus immersion. So topics like how to process a documentation report will be discussed, so that as we move to the next activity of the course, which is writing a journal, will be a pro in making your process documentation report.
So what are the things that you will be learning in this 2 weeks in-campus immersion? So first, you will be taught about how to write an academic paper, specifically a summary writing. And another thing on the first week is that you will be refreshed about the desirable attitudes of an immersionist and the etiquette of an immersionist like you. And then on the second week, you'll be taught about how to document the process or the steps that you have undertaken so that you can create the task that was assigned to you. And then another thing on the second week is that you will be taught about how to write your reflection paper. So those basically are the things that we'll be learning in these 2 weeks in campus immersion.
Okay, your TCM 131 immersion in campus immersion is your first application of what you have learned from your TCM 111, TCM 124, and TCM 125. Please do the right thing and follow what your supervisors are telling you what to do. If you are not clear of the instructions, you just have to ask them politely and respectfully. Okay? Never ever do a shout out in your Facebook. Never. Let us all be professional. Okay? Tatak TCM, collaborate to perfection. So please behave and let us all be proud that you are all TCM. Sarangin!